Good morning and welcome in to the Kaplan J. Hood Morning Show on ESPN 1000 and streaming on the ESPN Chicago app with David Kaplan, Jonathan Hood with you. Now time for Shot or No Shot, and it's brought to you by...
That'd be ESPN Bet, now live in Illinois. Sign up today. New users get $100 in bonus bets with any sportsbook bet. We say good morning to Shea W. Norland.
Good morning, boys. Kathy has woken the dragon in me in this little debate about what the Bears should do at 9, but how are we doing on a Thursday morning? Deal Breakers Thursday.
We're good, man. We're good because we're 7 days away from the entire trajectory of the franchise changing.
How big is the dragon in you?
I'm trying to think of a funny retort, and I don't have one now.
Oh, I mean, you're the one that
3-4 inches.
Well, you offered the dragon. So I was wondering how big is that dragon inside of you when it comes to the NFL draft?
Large. You'll find out in around the NFL. Actually,
See?
I have a list of opinions that I have cultivated about this upcoming draft in a week.
See, that's what I want.
And we'll do that in about 15 minutes.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Shot or no shot? Here's Shea Norland.
Before we get to that, NFL.com has put out a hypothetical trade between the Bears and the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if you saw this, but Chiefs fans on Twitter were losing their minds about it. Furious at the idea that this could be a part of the process and that the Chiefs might be looking to find a replacement for Travis Kelce. The trade had the Chiefs moving up to number 9, where they would select Brock Bowers. To move to 9, they give up pick 32 this year, pick 64 this year, a 4th-round pick this year, and a 1st-round pick next year. Poles gets 4 picks from Kansas City, 2 firsts, a 2nd, and a 4th, to let them come up to 9 for Bowers and move all the way down to 32. Shot or no shot, the Bears would have to say no to this.
Shot? I'm not going to 32. You crazy? So I can pick 32 again next year with Kansas City's pick because they win the Super Bowl again? No shot.
There's some value there, at least for the Chiefs it has been.
Yeah, the Chiefs are getting another star.
Yes.
And I'm going, well, I follow the Shea Norling model and I'm going to get a conglomeration of picks. No, I want the superstar. Sorry, Kansas City. Piss off.
It's a no shot.
Take that.
It's a no shot. And the reason why is because at this point in time, unless the Bears were a Super Bowl contender, then you could take that because you say, oh, the Bears are always in the mix for the Super Bowl. So if they pick high, if they pick low, they'll always find quality because they're a player, a piece, a couple pieces away from getting to where they need to be.
Correct.
But where the Bears are right now, no, I'm good.
I want a star.
Stay at the top. And then when you get good, then we'll look at the bottom of the draft. Say, where's your value? How can you get guys at the bottom? You know, what few players can you get to be able to get you over the top? And so, not at this time, no.
Yeah, the only way I told you, the only way I'm moving down is if you said there's 3 guys I have in my blue level, the top level, and I'm going down 2 picks, and I'm guaranteed to get one of them, or whatever the math works out to.
Shea.
All right, Sauce Gardner tweeted yesterday, quote, how do Chicago got 2 top 10 picks on top of the talent they already got? Who did they fleece? I just wake up and play football. I don't know about draft and trades. What really stands out to me here is the quote, on top of the talent they already got. Mm-hmm. Shot or no shot, other teams' players are getting afraid of how good the Bears could be.
That's a shot. Not afraid might be a little strong. Sauce Gardner, who am I covering? Did my check get in the bank? And I'm the best cover guy in the league, which he arguably is. But he's not like a football file like we are. Oh, God, you see what Seattle did this and the Bears did that and the first day of free. He doesn't care about that stuff. He's not a fan. He's a player.
Sauce Gardner, it's funny because he's just realizing, he's been in the league for a couple of years. It just kind of occurred to him looking at the Bears and say, wait a minute, how did they get there? Because Sauce Gardner is a player. And as far as teams being aware, I think especially in the NFC North, I think they're very aware that the Bears are an up-and-coming team. A team that was a doormat, a team that was a laughingstock, now has been able to stockpile 2 number 1 picks and all of this movement in free agency. I think that the league is starting to figure out, not only all players, because they're concerned about their own welfare, But I think there's certain players and certain teams are like, wow, look what the Bears are doing. So I would say that's a shot. I would say that. But I think it's funny that Sauce Gardner wakes up one morning and goes, oh, look what the Bears are doing. Two in the top two. Well, how did they do that?
Right.
With the Jets, he's got his own drama he's got to deal with.
I've had players. Well, Tim Anderson said, I don't watch baseball.
He does not.
He's not sit there like we do on Twitter going, oh, free agency open in baseball. Who'd the Cubs get? He did not care.
Yes.
He's like, I don't pay attention to any of it. I just play.
Shea, this is how that works, right? You wake up, you work out, you go to work, and you go through, your meetings and, you do your workouts before your game. And then through the locker room, someone will say, hey, did you know so-and-so is going to the Bears? Or did you see what so-and-so is doing? Yeah? Tell me more about it. I see it here on Twitter. I see this on Instagram. They're getting the number 1 pick again, Caleb Williams. Oh, okay. And they just kind of move on with their business.
Right.
That's usually how that works, right?
Correct.
There isn't the breakdown that we do every morning. It's just kind of like, oh, word? Oh, okay.
Like a lot of players don't listen to the radio and read the social media posts of Adam Schefter and Field Yates and Mel Kiper. They're not into that. We are.
Unless they're misquoted.
Correct.
Then they go after them.
Correct.
Well, that part of it I get. I think the part that surprises me here is like just having no idea about what's going on in the league as it pertains to who's making trades with who and getting higher picks in the draft. But, like, are most players like that? Do you think the majority of NFL players really have no idea who is getting traded or what's getting traded or where teams are moving in the draft? They're just like, whoever ends up on our team ends up on our team. We're going to help them out.
Correct.
I think that the answer to the question is yes.
Yeah, 100%.
And here's what it comes to, Shea, and this is just my experience being around athletes. It's, did I go to college with this person? Did I play against this person in college or high school?
Bingo.
That's the thing. Do we have the same agent? That's how you get the information. Just like, hey, by the way, your guy just signed so-and-so. Oh, okay. That kind of thing.
Oh, he's going, that's my boy. We went to school together.
But scouring the transactions or going through your Twitter feed to find out what's going on with the latest with the Arizona Cardinals when you play for the Jets, that's not happening.
They don't care.
No, because they're so busy doing other things.
Correct.
And other people.
Correct.
Here's Shea Norlick.
Yes.
All right, David Schoenfield at ESPN wrote up each MLB team's top trade candidate, had one name for the Cubs.
Schoenfield. Last time I talked to him, Shea, we got into this argument, the old night show. Got into this argument. This guy was making the case for Mark Burley to the Hall of Fame.
Ugh.
A huge like this, and we had a brawl. I'm like, that's not happening. And he wrote a column on ESPN.com like, look, I love Mark Burley like the next White Sox. But are you going to lower the standards that much? Hall of Fame person.
Right. Hall of Fame, Hall of Very Good if he's a Hall of Famer.
Well, go ahead.
All right, he had an interesting name for the Cubs as the one most tradable player, the top trade candidate. Alexander Canario. Canario seemed to leapfrog Pete Crow Armstrong when he got called up this week amid the Seiya Suzuki injury. He has an RBI double and just 2 at-bats so far, but shot or no shot, the Cubs should be willing to deal Canario if it means strengthening the bullpen.
Wow. How old is Canario?
23.
Yeah, no. I'm tired of watching other guys that we trade to get relievers like Jorge Soler, who goes and hits 47 bombs for Kansas
Do you
City.
want help or not? Yesterday, you did a whole thing about how this team needs to be willing to go and get an arm. You got to call somebody up. You got to but then I bring up any prospect. If I brought up PCA, it would have been no. If I brought up Kate Horton, it would have been no. Bring up Alexander Canario, now it's no. Do you want help or do you want to hug kids? What do you want?
I want some guy out of Class A that's we trade.
Don't be holding up Jose. Don't be holding up George Soler. Don't do that. You know he just wasn't good enough with the Cubs. He just blossomed. You didn't see that coming. None of us did.
You paid him $30 million in international money. You better have seen it coming.
Did you? But did you see it in a Cub uniform? You did not.
Yeah, he was on that World Series team now.
But you know what I mean. Like he was never that with the
Won
Cubs.
the World Series MVP with who, Atlanta? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I understand your point, but you know that just wasn't, some are late bloomers.
Yeah, I'd like to give Canario a chance to play, personally. I mean, what am I getting back? A middling reliever? Yeah, I need help. I've been pining for help.
What if I snap my fingers and turn him into Michael Kopech?
Michael Kopech for Canario? No. No, I'm not doing that.
I don't think you really want help. I don't really think you want bullpen arms.
No, I do.
The Settlers.
But what about, got to be some guy like Philip Archambault from the middle of North Dakota that's fairly highly rated in our system in Class A.
The hot shooter from the NCAA tournament?
That's Jack Golke.
Or Argentinacino. The old bull.
Ryan Archie. Maybe there's a Diacono in our system. I'm not giving up Canario yet. Let him play a little bit. Let's see what he does here.
However, let's not bury the
We're
lead.
watching Velasquez. He's a good player for the Royals. What
That's
did I
fine.
get? Jose Cuas.
Fantastic.
My ass. Horrible trade.
My guy.
Horrible.
However, let's not bury the lead in the PCA. Here comes PCA. Where is he? Should he be helping the ball club?
He's not ready.
He's not ready.
There's a breeze coming up State Street off of a swing and miss he had last night.
PCA, here he comes, Jesse. PCA. You gave him initials before he was a star. Pete Crow Armstrong fills out a uniform, but doesn't fill out a roster for this team. Take that.
Not yet.
PCA. Canario's ahead of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Canario's a beast.
Uh-huh.
Let's let him play.
Shea, can you squeeze in one more, sir?
Yeah, what the hell's going on with this cicada swarm? I brought it up in the Friday folder yesterday. Last night, I'm watching the White Sox.
Wait, when
Not
did you
yesterday, last week.
Okay.
I'm watching the White Sox yesterday, and I just keep seeing these promos for the news on NBC5 talking about, we have your updated map for the cicada swarm, everything you need to know to prepare for the cicadas this summer. And I'm like, what is this? I'm listening to Waddle and Sylvie the other day. They're talking about Zetterman told him the cicadas will try to attack you and pee on your face and all of these different things.
What?
Like, shot or no shot, should we be afraid of these cicadas?
No, my wife is a bug expert and was,
Well, clearly.
yeah, no doubt about
She
it.
deals with the pest every day.
And she did all this research on the cicadas. Not a lot to worry about. No.
Is that what she told you?
Yes.
Okay. You asked her about this. You had a conversation at dinner
A lengthy conversation.
about cicadas.
Yes.
Ah, life in the suburbs.
Yes.
So, hun, tell me about these cicadas and pass me the coffee.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, she's into all that. Birds. It's the worst when you're like having coffee with her and she's like, oh, that's a yellow-bellied, spectacled, whatever bird. And I'm like,
Robin Yount, yeah.
I'm like, you have no idea what that is. And then she goes out her computer and turns it around like you do with the screen and goes, there you go. And she's right. So I bought her a birdhouse that says Mindy is always right. Yeah, she's all into this cicada thing. All in.
Wow. That I would be concerned, yes, with the cicadas. Absolutely. The cicada swarm, I would be concerned. Because you never know, man. What kind of diseases are they holding?
None. There is no
I don't know.
risk.
Okay. What about the city cicadas?
I can't speak for them.
But aren't these ones like special zombie cicadas that have some
Yes.
kind of fungus and you're not supposed to touch them? They got a fungus, Cap. Have you seen this? They got a fungus.
Yes.
That they get infected, and then it removes their genitals, and then even though they don't have them anymore, they become like hypersexualized. That's the story.
Yes,
They're
I've seen
trying
this.
to mate despite they don't have the tools,
It's a Southside cicada.
and you can't touch them. And some people cook them, they'll grill, they'll put them on kebab things. You can't do that with these ones because they've got a disease. They've got some fungus.
No. Though the idea of a cicada apocalypse may seem foreboding, this is ABC7. Experts predict the two broods won't overlap significantly, and the bugs themselves, while loud and numerous, are harmless.
Jay Moore, run. Here come the cicadas. All is well. Zzz, all is well. And that is Shot or No Shot right here on Chicago's Home for Sports. Coming up next, around the NFL on Chicago's Home for Sports.